Listen to me right now. This moment matters more than you realize. This is not just sound passing through your ears. This is an interruption. And interruptions are what change lives. You don't change when it's convenient. You don't change when it's comfortable. You change when something inside you says enough. And if you're listening to this, something inside you has already said it. You might not have said it out loud yet, but your soul has. You are tired of starting strong and finishing weak. You are tired of knowing what to do and not doing it. You are tired of living a life that looks acceptable on the outside but feels empty on the inside. And today is not about motivation. Today is about decision. Because motivation comes and goes, but decisions shape destiny. Right now, I want you to understand something. Most people never truly grasp. The quality of your life is the quality of the decisions you make in moments like this. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when things are easier, not right now. You don't need more time. You don't need more information. You don't need someone to save you. What you need is to take control of the one thing you have always had control over, but rarely use consciously. Your state, the way you move, the way you breathe, the meaning you give to your experiences. That is where power lives. And power unused is pain. Think about this. How many times have you promised yourself you would change? How many times have you said this time will be different? And then life happened. You got tired, you got distracted, you got comfortable, and comfort slowly became your prison. Not because comfort is evil, but because comfort without growth kills the human spirit. You were not designed to just survive. You were designed to expand. And anytime you stop expanding, you start suffering. That suffering you feel is not weakness. It is your potential screaming for expression. Let me ask you something, and do not answer it lightly. If nothing changes in your life, if you keep thinking the same way, acting the same way, reacting the same way, where will you be in 5 years? Not the fantasy version, the real one, the one created by your current habits. That future is being built right now. And whether you like it or not, you're voting for it with every decision you make today. The question is, are you voting consciously or unconsciously? Most people live in reaction. They wake up already tired. They check their phone before they check their purpose. They let the world decide their emotional state. They wait for confidence before they act. They wait for clarity before they commit. And then they wonder why life feels small. Listen to me. You do not get clarity before action. You get clarity from action. You do not wait until you feel strong. You act and strength shows up. That is the law. And the moment you accept that law, your life begins to change. Right now, I want you to feel something. Feel the weight of the years you have wasted doubting yourself. Feel the cost of playing small. Feel the opportunities you let pass because you were afraid of what people might think. Use that pain not to punish yourself, but to fuel yourself. Because pain without meaning destroys you. Pain with purpose transforms you. And today you give it purpose. Understand this, your past does not define you, but it does instruct you. If you keep repeating it, it is because you have not learned the lesson yet. The lesson is not, I am not good enough. The lesson is, I must raise my standards. Because the strongest force in human behavior is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. And if you see yourself as someone who quits, you will quit. If you see yourself as someone who survives, you will survive. But if you decide right now that you are the kind of person who finishes, who shows up, who does what is required even when it is hard, your behavior will follow that identity. This is not about positive thinking. This is about emotional mastery. This is about conditioning your nervous system to respond with power instead of fear. Most people are not lazy. They are emotionally untrained. They let fear run the show. They let doubt make the decisions. They let temporary discomfort steal permanent dreams. And the moment you decide that discomfort is no longer a stop sign but a signal for growth, you step into a new identity. Right now, I want you to imagine the version of you that lives at your highest standard, the one who keeps promises, the one who moves with certainty, the one who does not negotiate with weakness. That version of you already exists. The only thing separating you from that person is the decisions you are unwilling to make consistently. And consistency is not about perfection. It is about commitment. It is about showing up again and again, especially after you fail. Failure is not the opposite of success. Inaction is. Failure is feedback. Failure is refinement. Failure is proof that you are in the arena. But most people would rather protect their ego than pursue their destiny, and that is why they stay average. Listen carefully. Average is the most dangerous place to live because it is comfortable enough to tolerate, but painful enough to regret. Today is the day you draw a line. Not a wish, not a hope, a line. And you say, this is who I am now. You do not need permission. You do not need approval. You need resolve. Because resolve changes posture. Resolve changes tone. Resolve changes action. and action changes everything. This moment right now is where your old story ends and a new one begins. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. And strength is built through decision after decision after decision. When you decide to rise, when you decide to act, when you decide that your future matters more than your fear, and this is only the beginning, because from this moment forward, you no longer live by default. You live by design. You stop letting circumstances dictate your standards. You stop letting emotions dictate your actions. You stop waiting for the perfect time and start creating it. You become the kind of person who does not wait to be pushed. You move yourself, there will be resistance. Make no mistake about it. The moment you decide to change, your old habits will fight back. Your old identity will try to pull you into familiar patterns. People around you may not understand. They may question you. They may doubt you. That is not a sign you are doing something wrong. That is a sign you are doing something different. And different is where growth lives. You must understand this growth is not comfortable. That growth stretches you. Growth demands you. Growth asks you to leave behind who you were in order to become who you must be. And the price of growth is always less than the price of regret. Always. Every morning you wake up, you are faced with a choice. You can step into the person you are becoming or retreat into the person you have been. One choice leads to expansion. The other leads to repetition. And repetition without progress is a slow form of self-betrayal. You were not born to play small. You were not born to live in fear. You were not born to blend in. You were born with a fire inside you, and that fire does not disappear. It gets buried under excuses. It gets buried under distractions. It gets buried under other people's expectations. But today you dig it up. Today you reclaim it. Today you remember who you are. Discipline is not punishment. That discipline is self-respect. When you do what you said you would do, you build trust with yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence, not hype, not motivation, trust. And every small promise you keep strengthens that foundation. You do not need to change everything today, but you must change something. And that something must be non-negotiable, one new standard, one new behavior, new commitment that you honor no matter how you feel. Because feelings change, identity does not. From this moment forward, you move with intention. You speak with conviction. You act with urgency, not panic, urgency, because you understand time is. Not unlimited, urgency, because you know procrastination is the thief of potential, urgency, because you are done waiting. There's a version of you watching this moment, the future you. The one who either thanks you for acting or resents you for hesitating. Make the choice that future you will be proud of. Make the choice that aligns with your highest self. Make the choice that requires courage. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. And every time you act despite fear, you shrink it. And every time you avoid action, you feed it. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you believe, and closer than you realize. But closeness means nothing without movement. So move, step forward, decide, commit. And when doubt shows up, and it will, you remind yourself who you are. You are not someone who quits. You are not someone who waits you. You are not someone who settles. You are someone who rises, and this is only the beginning.